have even a basic understanding of how things work. And so this combination with ignorance and dependency is a formula for disaster, a combustible huge disaster. So not everyone needs to be a specialist, not everyone needs to be a grease monkey and learn how to make and shift up their cars. But having a basic idea of how motors work, engines work, gears, that's important. Having an idea of how electricity works, what to do, what not to do, that's important. Having an idea of how the apps that you are so dependent on your phone work. You don't need to be a developer, but having an idea of what coding means is important. So where do you start? So our story starts where we were working with students of our own age. As you can tell, I'm relatively young. So when I got started, I was in high school. And that's where we started saying, okay, well, before you go into college, that's where you figure out what you want to do with the rest of your life. So that's where we should start. And what we found is, as I'm sure many of you are aware, that's already an uphill battle. Kids already hate calculus. They don't understand the importance of geometry and proofs. They don't care about physics. And so we want to start younger. So we started working with middle school students. And it was better, but it was still an uphill battle. And that's when we started working with younger students, elementary and younger. Technology literacy, we believe, starts with the ABCs. And so one of the projects that I'd love to share with you that I'm really excited about is a book we wrote recently called The Technical Alphabet. And what this is we found that there are insect alphabets, there are types of train alphabets, everything that you can imagine out there. But there is no technical alphabet. So A will always stand for apple, B will always stand for ball. But in our technology-driven world, we say that A stands for axle, B stands for beam, P stands for pulley, F stands for fulcrum. And so for parents who might not know what some of those words mean, we have descriptions and everything, and pictures that go along with it, and we're working on developing a toolkit where students can physically experience every word with a plastic caliper, with a wooden drill, and things like that. So this is something that we're really excited about, and this is what we do at our Creativity Center. So we have these classes where kids come in, and part of these classes, as we were doing these, we started to see a need for certain products that were missing. And we can't sit still at all, so we started to develop something to do about that. So this is one of the things that we're working on, and I'll show you another in just a moment. But I want to share a little anecdote of something that happened to me last week, of where a child comes into our center. He is a 4th grader, so he has a decent level amount of maturity. And he had a soccer game in the evening, and he had taekwondo practice in the morning, and he's supposed to come to robotics class in the middle of the day. So his parents said, well, that's too much. We don't want to drive you up and down, back and forth. We're going to take a week off of your robotics classes this week. And so the parent tells me later on when they come in, is this 4th grader who has not cried in years and years and years started bawling and said, you can't do that. You can't make me miss STEM robotics. And that was awesome to hear that, to hear this kid said, this is important to me, not because somebody's telling me to do it, but because it's fun and because I'm excited about it. And so we believe to reach kids early on and to keep them interested and excited and to want to go into these fields and to not be afraid, especially for young girls to go into these fields, is we need to have that crazy high amount of interest where they're saying, Mom and Dad, this is a priority, you're going to take me here, even if I have to miss soccer game and leave halfway, whatever it is. So that was something that was really exciting for us to experience and see. Curiosity. So, hi Nathan, good to see you. Nathan's one of my students. Curiosity is what drives innovation. So we're at this MakerCon, you see so many awesome things. I hope you guys have a great day walking around and looking at so many different awesome things. But how do we keep kids engaged? We want to allow them to remain curious, to ask questions, to grow their confidence, and to let them innovate and build. And so we use something called a guided discovery approach for everything we do with our STEM classes. And what that means is STEM itself is just a word, it's just an acronym. It's thrown around a lot right now, and it's very popular, which is great, but in itself it means nothing. Science, tech, engineering, math, that's basically school in my book. But what really matters is hands-on STEM. And so to promote that in the best way, when students have problems and to guide them towards solutions, the answer that we have basically to all questions they have is, what do you think? So today, in our classrooms, although teachers are doing an amazing job, they have small budgets, large class sizes, they're not able to work with students in that way. And so with this resurgence of maker movements and the DIY, we're able to have students come into our center and force them to think creatively, think out of the box by doing some different activities. I don't know what's been going up behind me, but some of the images that you may have seen of some of the projects at our center, just to give you an idea of how that works exactly, is kids come in for 45 minutes from kindergarten through second grade. If you're in third through seventh grade, they come in for about an hour and a half, and we have high school and college students who come in for a little bit longer and to do more design-oriented projects. One of the projects that I'm really excited about right now that I'd love to share with you is called the Fiat Lux. Fiat Lux itself means let there be light in Latin and Hebrew. And for us, that moment of lighting up an LED or sounding off an annoyingly shrill buzzer or blowing up an LED for the first time or doing anything with light and sound is when kids go, that's awesome, and it's really exciting, and you see their entire faces change. And so to reach that, and to go away from the stereotypes of dry circuits with breadboarding and wires, we created a kit for wearable electronics. Now I'm wearing a Fitbit. Wearable electronics is all around us, from fitness devices, fitness trackers, medical devices, heart rate monitors, all over the place. But we want students to do that themselves. So if I want to make a DIY watch, I can do that. If I want to make, let's see what I have over here. If I'm going to a music festival, I can make my own flower crown that lights up. I can make my own tie. I can make my own bracelet. I can do all of that. And this doesn't need any skills. The hardest part about some of these things is we see that you only are able to do this at high school or college. And this is for hobbyists or people who already have some experience with electronics. But that's not where we reach kids, as I said earlier. We reach them early on. And so this is something that we're reaching out to elementary school students. We have developed a graphical programming interface so you can program creations, not using C, because when you're in third, fourth grade, you don't need to know the syntax of semicolons and grammatical errors and syntax. That's not important. The idea is getting them into the logic. So we've developed a graphical programming interface. Students can go from basic circuits to the most exciting inventions. This is my flower crown, but you can create anything. So that's something that we're really excited about. We have a couple prototypes, and we are live on Kickstarter. So I'll show the video at the end just to show you what we're up to. And we'd love if you could support us as well. And as we start to wrap up, I think one of the last things that I want to share with you is recently, a week and a day ago, we were very, very fortunate to be aired on the show Shark Tank, if you're familiar with that. So yes, that was it. So we were very excited to be there, and we were able to share with the sharks what hands-on STEM means, why this is important, and why they should care. We were able to get a deal with Lori Grenier. We're still in the due diligence process, so we don't have all that funding in our banks yet. But we're excited to have that exposure, and I'm excited to be at a place where this sort of exposure is happening. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I'd love to show you our video, but first, if you have any questions, I'd love to talk. Yes. Yes, so the question was if we have our books for sale, and we do. So we have the technical alphabet. We're down on internet, so it takes a couple minutes, but please come by and pick one up. One other product that I didn't mention that I'm also really excited about is we have also developed, so I'm a tinkerer, I can't sit still as I mentioned, something called the PiBot, which is an Arduino-based robot that's a complete robotics kit. So one of the things that we see is, again, a lot of tools are developed for hobbyists, for people who already know what to do, where to go, how to do things. And a lot of things are very single disciplinary. So you have one kit for construction, one kit for programming, one item for this, one item for that. But as a student, when I was growing up and when I was in middle school, high school, I had no idea what I wanted to go to. I still don't know. That's why I do so many different things. And so we wanted to create a multidisciplinary tool that introduces students to mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, software engineering. Again, they don't have to be experts right away, but they should just get a taste of it to see what they can do, whether for the rest of their life, or maybe just to know what they like and what they don't like, or again, just to have that solid technology literacy background. That's a long answer to your question. That's called the PiBot, and we also have that at our booth, which is at 136 over that way. Any other questions? Activity Center is located in Claremont, so we're just off the Indian Hill Freeway. Please give us a call, come by our booth, and we can set up an orientation. We also do after-school programs, in-school programs. I see one of our families that we just developed an in-school program with, and we do teacher training as well to reach students that are a little farther away. The reason we were on Shark Tank is because we're a small organization and we want to do more. And so we're working on duplicating our centers to be all over, ideally the world, is our vision up here. Any other questions? Thank you. Oh, it doesn't play? All right. Unfortunately, it doesn't play, but if you come by, I have it playing at our booth. So thank you so much, and check us out on Kickstarter, and have a great day.
Thank you, Melissa. We're going to have our next speaker in 5 minutes, so please have a seat and